Keefe Private Investigations is back again with yet another topic that will keep you glued to your seat. In today's video, a criminal defense attorney and a criminal defense attorney cheer 5 times when judges overturned a wrongful murder conviction, and the best thing is that they were caught on camera. I'm Michaela, your host for today. Remember, for top-notch private investigation services in Oklahoma, call Keefe at 405-435-8355. Before we go into details, remember to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell for subsequent updates. Our justice system tries as much as it can to deliver justice to the people. But it does not mean that they are infallible. There are times that they have made wrongful convictions, but it is good when they can rectify these wrongful convictions to prevent miscarriage of justice. Shortly, you will be seeing some of the instances where wrongful convictions were overturned. Randolph Arledge made it his mission to fight for his freedom after being found guilty of Carolyn Armstrong's murder in 1984 and given a 99-year jail term. His 2 co-defendants in an armed robbery case provided false witness testimony that led to his conviction, claiming Arledge had acknowledged stabbing Carolyn before their armed robbery. Afterward, one of the witnesses changed their story and admitted that they had a personal animosity against Randolph and that their testimony would allow for a lesser sentence. The Innocence Project assisted them in presenting DNA evidence that connected a different person to the crime, and the witness's recantation helped free the then 58-year-old in 2013 after 14 years in prison. Henry McCollum and Leon Brown were half-brothers who were falsely convicted of rape and murder while they were minors. Following the discovery of DNA evidence at the crime scene that corresponded with a man who lived nearby and had committed similar crimes that year, the 2 intellectually handicapped men were released from jail in 2014 after serving more than 30 years in prison. Both men described how they were forced to make their confession by investigators, which resulted in them spending the best years of their lives behind bars. They were given $75 million as compensation by a jury in their federal civil rights action back in May 2021 for the terrible injustice they had endured. The jury determined that the 2 men's constitutional rights were infringed upon when their confessions were forced, resulting in the miscarriage of justice they experienced. Lamar Johnson was convicted of murder and sentenced to nearly 30 years in jail, but a court later declared him innocent. Mr. Johnson was convicted of Marcus Boyd's murder in 1995 and was therefore serving a life term without the chance of release. After Philip Campbell and James Howard signed 2 sworn statements confessing to their roles in Boyd's murder and the lone eyewitness recanted, St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kimberly Gardner urged the court to reverse Johnson's murder conviction. Johnson was not connected to the murder by DNA evidence, and he had an alibi on the night of the killing. In a case of mistaken identity, Thomas Raynor James, who was 23 at the time, was found guilty of killing Frances McKinnon during a break-in. Dorothy Walton, one of the victims who had to lie there and watch her stepfather be killed, said she was confident law enforcement had the right man, even though there was no tangible proof linking James to the crime. Thomas James had the bad misfortune of sharing the same name as a man who was wanted for violent armed robberies and had an arrest warrant, even though she later withdrew her statement when interviewed in 2021. Thomas Raynor James was exonerated in April 2022. Kimberly Long's initial trial resulted in a mistrial. She was then found guilty of murder in 2005 and given a jail term ranging from 15 years to life. However, she wasn't put behind bars until 2009 after her appeal was denied. Before being freed from jail after serving 7 years, she was involved in a legal dispute with the Riverside County District Attorney's Office. The California Innocence Project and Kim's attorneys were able to demonstrate not only the overwhelming amount of evidence that proved Kim's innocence, but also the fact that she was not receiving competent legal representation at the time of her conviction, after years of back and forth with the DA's office. The cases of wrongful murder convictions overturned by judges serve as reminders of the imperfections in the legal system and the grave consequences of errors in judgment. While these instances highlight the resilience of the justice system in correcting its mistakes, they also underscore the need for continued vigilance in ensuring fairness and accuracy in criminal proceedings. At Keefe Private Investigations, we advocate for justice and can help you with investigations. Please contact Michaela at ochslegal.com or visit www.privateinvestigatorok.com for additional information about our services. To learn more interesting crime stories, like, share, and subscribe. Be safe until the next time when we come your way again. I love you for watching this far. Please remember to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell for subsequent updates.